What's up, traders? This is Vee Trades, and today I will be doing a technical analysis breakdown for Metaplanet with a ticker symbol 3350 and MTPLF. I will first be going over what I see in the daily chart and finish the video off with the weekly chart. So Metaplanet is still in a downtrend. As you can see here, it's making lower lows, lower highs, still below the trend line, still below the EMA. Now, that doesn't mean we're going to continue down forever. It just means that most likely we should be expecting lower prices, even if we do see a pullback. However, eventually price can come to levels where it can reverse the trend, and that level could be at 704, which is not too far down from here. That's about probably like, what, a 20% drop, 30% drop from here, which Metaplanet can do within like a couple of weeks. However, just because you expect it to get to a level doesn't mean we can. We can also still reverse here. So what I'm saying is that the lower we go, the higher probability is that we will potentially reverse because the trend is still long-term up. But there's also that chance, that slight chance that we have bottomed and we could always break the trend and start a new one towards the upside. So Metaplanet still bearish below the EMA. I'd say if you were waiting for confirmation, you probably want to see a break of the trend line, maybe a back test, higher low for a continuation higher, or maybe an overextension, a climactic drop down at the potential reversal zone can also reverse price higher. So Metaplanet, I'm not expecting to come back down to like 300s. Not expecting to do that. Can it? It can, but I'm not expecting it to. But overall, it looks like potentially this is most likely going to be bottoming out soon, especially if Bitcoin can break out. If we do see another leg down in Bitcoin, most likely this will hit 708, and then we'll go from there. But it is bearish until proven otherwise. This trend line, as long as we're still below it, you have to maintain a bearish bias. Even if you do see like signs of a reversal, meaning we can see an uptrend, it will still need to break through that trend line for it to be confirmed uptrend. If not, then it'll just be a pullback relative to this downtrend. So Metaplanet had a exponential move up higher. People are taking the profits. Whoever entered over here or over here, they just want to get out, and short sales are coming in, expecting price to continue trading down lower. MTPLF, similar story. You can see that we're below the trend line, below the EMA. This reversal zone is right around 518. So that's where it can potentially reverse, right about there. And we'll go from there. But overall, it has this downward bias to it. And until you can see a break of the trend line, then you have to maintain a bearish bias. However, like I said before, nothing's guaranteed in the market. There's always that slight possibility we have bottomed and we can rally. But you want to see a break of the trend line. Let's go back to the weekly chart, or let's go back to the daily and then the weekly for Metaplanet. And remove the drawings. Let's go take a look at the log scale. And again, it's still a long-term uptrend. Price is making higher highs, higher low. We have a low, a higher high, a higher low, higher high, higher low. So most likely this will be a higher low, and then we'll probably see another higher high after that. So the trend is still looking pretty good. Short term, it is down, but long term, it is up. Looks like we're coming towards this trend line, potentially to confirm it, because we only have like a couple touches. And this is currently right around, 800, 700. So it looks like, price is trying to get to that trend line. And we'll probably see maybe price bounce back and forth before breaking out higher, maybe early September. We'll see. But overall, it's still bullish until proven otherwise, but bearish in the short term until proven otherwise. So you can have both types of you could say scenarios, situations in your head at the same time. It could be bullish and bearish at the same time. As you can see here, it was bullish and then bearish in the short term, but still bullish in long term. Bullish again in the short term and long term, but bearish in the short term and bullish in the long term. Bullish in the short term and long term, bearish in the short term and bullish in the long term. And now eventually when the short term ends, short-term bearish momentum ends, will be bullish in the short term and long term. So let's see what happens. But Metaplanet still looking pretty good. I would say, I don't think that's the top. The market structure is still looking pretty good. If you go even further out, let's take a look at the monthly chart. Let's see what else we could find. It looks like price did break through that prior level. So there was a lot of resistance. Could probably take a look at the 2-month maybe. Let's take a look at the 2-month. So you can see there's a lot of resistance previously at this level right here, at the 848. Price found resistance here, broke out, failed, was not able to maintain support, retested the level as resistance, sold off lower, came back up strongly, blasted through that level. Now it's trying to test that level for support, and then most likely continue higher from there. That's all I have for Metaplanet on the daily and weekly charts. It's Vee Trades, and thank you for your time.